Hello everyone, today I'm going to be putting two Lockpick EDC jackknives head to head. I've set them up in a similar way, so I'm going to give them a fair chance as I carry around these cheap top of the keyways with them anyway. This is going to give the Dangerfield one a bit of a, not a disadvantage, but one of the advantages is for the same price you do get some top of the keyway tensioners, whereas with this one you don't, so keep that in mind. So, we're going to review the capabilities of the Sparrows Escort versus the Dangerfield Skeleton. Let's talk how much they cost. So the Sparrows Escort is currently on the Sparrows US website for £68 plus shipping, and for that you get the Escort, comes with this one tensioner and these profiles. On the UK Bump Keys website, you can get the Dangerfield Skeleton with the expansion pack, which comes with spare parts, 3 different thickness top of the keyway tensioners, and all of these profiles. I'm going to try and show you clearly. There's a lot of profiles to select from there. You can get all of this for I believe it's $59.99 shipped. It might be $65, but I believe it's $59.99 shipped within the UK. So, capability-wise, advantage Dangerfield. Now I've chosen profiles for this, which I think would be most useful in an everyday carry scenario, to make it as capable as possible. I am considering changing out the city rake, but so we've got a thin gauge decoder, we've got a blunt bypass knife, city rake, triple peak, I've got a deep round, I've got a standard flat, a deforest, and a half diamond. And it comes with a top of the keyway. Like I showed you before, I'll go through them a bit better. So you've got offset hybrid, half diamond, standard, city, worm and triple, which are okay everyday carry profiles. Let's talk build quality. This is heavy. You can change the profiles out. They sell different profiles. They sell separately a pocket clip for it, but for the same price I've got all of this kit with the Dangerfield. It's much heavier. This is, I think, solid steel construction. And the lockup on this is slightly better than the Dangerfield. It clicks in place like a, there we go, like a lockback knife, and this does not come loose at all. I believe Dangerfield use better steel for their picks, so the steel you're getting here is far superior. Not that I've really ever had much of an issue with Sparrows steel anyway. I believe you're getting a superior 301 here than that one. The lockup on this, so it's innovative as in I've got the top of the keyway which can slot out, then I can select my profile and clamp it down. And as long as you clamp it down tight enough and you use it in a reasonable manner, it doesn't come loose often. I have had it come loose a few times when I'm levering, but it's not super common. So I have selected a few locks that I believe are sort of milestone locks. Go a little bit of rocking, a little bit of scrubbing, and it's open. There we go. So far, feeling-wise, they're about equal. There's nothing particularly standing out for one of them. So next we've got this master meter top of the keyway. Yeah, it seems to work fine. I'll pick from the bottom. Light tension, little click out of 2, little click out of 3, little click out of 1, and there we go. Light tension, nothing 1, nothing 2, nothing 3, nothing 4, 1, overset there, 1, there's a little click, little click, little click. At this point I'm starting to feel that the lighter weight aluminium body of the Dangerfield is transferring feedback much more efficiently than the heavy stainless. Offset hybrid. So again, I'm going to do ultralight tension until I've got my full set, and then I'll ramp up. So a little click out of 2, 2 clicks out of 3, nothing on 4, nothing on 5. Little click out of 1. Couple of little clicks out of 2 and some core movement. There's a click out of 3 and some big core movement. There we go, that's a big full set. So now we're on spools. I'm going to be testing each pin to see if it pushes back against my tensioning finger. That one doesn't. There we go. Slowly work it up. And we're open. Okay, so little click out of 1, little click out of 2, nothing on 3, nothing on 4, nothing on 5. That's a click out of 1 and 2, click out of 3, core movement on 3, some more core movement out of 4 and 5. So now I'm looking for the spools, any sort of feedback on that tensioning finger. There we go. That's 1. Oh, and that's open. Top of the keyway to fit bottom. I'm going to put it all the way in there and move it about until I get some core movement. Counter rotation on a couple. Oh, something's not set quite right. And there's the open. An advantage if this bottom of the keyway fits. It does fit, but it does actually block off a bit more of the keyway than I would like. I think if I try to tension this way, it might work a bit better. So we've got that mini full set, looking for those counter rotation. And there's the open. So, final thoughts. Considering these two, and considering that in my eyes the Sparrows Escort is for the EDC type community and not for the serious Locksporter, the Skeleton EDC from Dangerfield is far superior. They have a much wider profile selection, a much higher quality steel, much more tensioner selection. The pick geometry have slimmer shanks. The price is actually cheaper for a lot more selection, and the feedback transfers through the handle much more than the Sparrows Escort. I do really like the Sparrows Escort. Don't think that I'm not suggesting it for someone who likes something cool, something heavy, something to go in an EDC. It's an excellent tool, but for a serious picker, I would have to go for the Dangerfield Skeleton. Overall, I would give the Sparrows Escort a 7 out of 10, and I would give the Dangerfield Skeleton a 9.5 out of 10. There are a couple of small improvements that I would make. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know any improvements you would make to any of these tools, and tell me any tools you'd like me to review in the future. And if you're still here, you obviously like to hear me waffling on, so please hit that subscribe button.